Basically, in this mailbag situation, Lindsay is wondering this. She says, my sister is giving me a hard time about something we've been doing with our son, and I want to see if other people do anything similar to this or if they think it's a good idea or a bad idea. Our son recently turned 7 years old, and we have him pay the bills.
What?
Sort of. Basically, I've been giving him $1 or $2 for certain tasks that include eating all his vegetables, cleaning his room, brushing his teeth, making his bed, etc. But there are certain days of the month he owes me $1 or $2 for things like rent, playroom time, toy playtime, electricity, and standard bills, even groceries. If he wants to watch TV, that's $1 each time. Now, he can buy toys and candy if he has any remaining, but he usually does not have much left, but it adds up over a couple of months, and he's cautioned if there's bills coming up that would put him in the deficit. I was proud of the concept. My husband's behind it, but my sister says we're ruining his childhood and making him grow up too fast. Do other people like what we're doing or not at all? What think you, Amy K?
I'm on the sister's side. That's too young. 7 years old that you're teaching him to be financially responsible, but I think you're starting it a little bit too young.
So you hear that and you're like, okay, that might be a bit much.
I like that he's getting money for chores, but then to say, all right, you need a dollar every time you watch TV, that's ridiculous. Pay rent, that's ridiculous. It's too much, and he's too young.
So you're not a fan of it all, don't like it. You're like, that needs to go away.
I think it should for sure go away. I like the idea of getting paid to do chores, and then that will teach him to be responsible, pick up after himself. But then having to pay you for bills, even if it's just $1 every time to watch TV is ridiculous. Let the kid be a kid and let him save that money and buy candy or whatever he wants, toys.
What say you about the whole concept? 237, it's text 35270. Do you like the idea of what they're doing or not so much? Right out of the gate, what are you seeing, Amy K?
Someone said, my son is 7 years old and we recently started doing a similar thing. I think they're doing a really awesome job by doing that. Someone else did say, though, I'm on the sister's side. I think 7 is a bit too young. Come on, let the kid be a kid. He's watching TV and paying $1. That's just ridiculous.
You know, it's an interesting idea, and I can see how it is beneficial in the sense that you're teaching them the concept of bills, right?
Yeah.
But couldn't you? I feel like you could just do that with some of the chores too. Like, it's not strange for a kid to do chore and get money.
That's what I like, that idea, doing the chores and receiving money and your allowance, but not having him pay you. 7 is too young to learn about bills and things. Wait till he's older.
You have your whole adult life to deal with bills.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to deal with it when you're 7. Good morning. It's the Playhouse. What do you think of the whole thing? Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was calling about the mom. I think it's the same concept as what, I don't know if they still do it, but like when I was a kid, you had to do certain things to get an allowance. I think the only difference is my mom and dad didn't say, okay, well, you got to pay rent or whatever with the money. I could do, go out with my friends or do whatever. But I think it's the same concept. But I don't think it's hurting the kids to learn this early. You should raise your kids like you think it's best. But I do think kids should be kids, and they shouldn't have to worry about whether the power bill is going to be cut off or whatever. The garbage, the power's not going to get paid, and, we're going to sit in the dark.
So you kind of like the concept. You're like, okay, making the kid worry about oh my gosh, are we going to have power tomorrow? That might be
a little bit too much. Yeah. Someone else said, I like the idea of teaching your child what real life looks like, paying bills. But I would take toddler-sized steps when you're going to teach them to be financially responsible when it comes to helping you pay the bills.
Yeah, I mean, you could take the baby steps with it. Yeah, I mean, he's full on paying every bill you could think of. You got him kicking in $1 or $2.
It sounds like he's paying a lot of money. I get it's just $1, but It's so weird to me.
To him, it's a lot of money.
That is. He worked hard. He had to make his bed 5 days in a row for that.
So 7-year-old doing these chores, getting $1 or $2, has to pay to watch TV, toy time, stuff like that. But then when bills are due, he's paying bills. He's kicking some into mom and dad. Do you like that idea? You're like, maybe that's a bit early for that. That's she's asking. 237, it's text 35270.
The Y94 Morning Playhouse. Shh.